Hey, 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 hey. Welcome back to Car Chronicles under Divine Talks. Man, just being able to keep it real with you guys, it's phenomenal. It's scary. Being vulnerable, it's scary. Thinking of the things that you have to say, but it's phenomenal that there's something always going on. But God has allowed me to know that I'm not the only one, and someone may be looking for a solution or just hear that someone else is going through the same thing. Well, I'm Ebdiva Baxter. I'm your host here with Divine Talks, and I call it Car Chronicles because most of the time I'm in my car. And so what is going on with me today is learning how to do things based on the facts, based on my goals, based on what I want out of life, my objectives in life, things that I have sat down and did research, have a desire for, rather than allowing my emotions to dictate. I heard a preacher say, you have to follow your goal, as to say, as if you were going to work out. You know what your goal is. You want to lose this weight. You want to get fit. You want to feel better. You want to have this energy. And so therefore you can't base on how you feel. I don't feel like it today. I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm just not into it today. And then guess what? That tomorrow, that later becomes further and further out. Next thing you know, a month done went by, 6 months done went by, 5 years done went by. You look at yourself in the mirror, you walk and you're sluggish, your back hurts, your knees hurt, everything about you is hurting, your muscles hurt, and you keep singing that same song, what I need to do, what I should do, but you allow your feelings to dictate what you are doing. And so I was able to resonate with what was said, with allowing what you know, your goals, to be your motivation and not your feelings and your emotions. Because our emotions change. Facts, truth, it doesn't change. Truth doesn't change at all. And the Bible says that it's the truth that will set you free. You know, Jesus felt some type of way when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane. He was hurt. He was feeling heavy. He was crying. His emotions were so high that the Bible says that even the sweat was like blood coming out of his skin. But he still had to get to a point where he realized, and he had to push past what he felt. This is touching me. He had to push past what he felt to do what he knew what was right to do, his purpose. And that was to go on that cross for us. Now, if he went in his feelings and said, you know what, Lord, I thought I could have did this, I didn't think it was going to be this hard. I changed my mind. I'm sorry. You're going to have to find another way. We wouldn't be redeemed. We wouldn't have the salvation that we have that is free. So therefore, I'm saying to all of us, and of course to include myself, is that somehow, some way we have to push past what we feel and focus on what we need, what we desire, the outcome, the goal, the objective. We gotta press towards it. I know it's easier said than done. But until you realize what's the problem, why you can't get where you want to go, and how you can get to what you need to get to, it's all based on how we feel. And our feelings are dictating us. We can't allow our feelings to dictate us. You know how many things I done tore up in my house because I felt frustrated and angry in one of my marriages, that my furniture didn't have anything to do with anything. The person is the one who had to do with it, but I couldn't even blame the person because it was my emotions that was out of check, that was out of bounds, and I allowed my emotions to dictate what I do and how I tear up stuff. How many times I had to replace things because I allowed my emotions to dictate how I react, rather than taking it easy, taking in a breath, walking away, rationalizing what just happened and how I can deal with this in a better form, rather than how I handled it destructively. How many of us have been very destructive based on our emotions, our feelings, our hurts, our pains, our frustrations, our stress? Breathe easy. I'm going to come to you with more things as I continue to grow and I continue to evolve, and allowing what I know, the truth of what I know, to dictate me rather than my emotions and my feelings. Again, it's very easier said than done, and I'm looking to come with some very practical points that I can bring to you. And the very first one is step back. Yes, step back. Step back from the situation. Step back from who you're arguing with. Step back from what didn't work for you. Step back in your mind. Step back. Get into a place of some fresh air. Get into a place of serenity where there's no distractions, where there's no noise. If you have to sit in your car, do not turn on the radio. Do not call anybody. Just step back and get into a moment of quietness so you can replay what has happened and then ask yourself, how can you handle this differently? Why am I feeling like this? Why did I become upset about this? Why am I ready to be destructive? Because I'm here to tell you that there's something deep down on the inside that we're frustrated about, that we allow to be suppressed. And someone in their actions has brought up those emotions and those feelings. And not only are we trying to get back at them, but we're trying to get back at what has happened in the past. And you know you cannot fix what has already happened in the past. And trying to lash out on somebody based on what has happened because you didn't deal with it then and it's been suppressed and something or someone brought it out, deal with that. Deal with that issue. Deal with that emotion. Feel that emotion. You can feel something and not allow yourself to become destructive with it. You can express by saying, I'm pissed off. I'm angry. I am not in a place right now. Let it out. If you have to scream, if you have to write, whatever you have to do that is a constructive way of getting out that emotion and feeling that emotion, being in your car, being in your room, silence. Don't bring no other noise. Cut your phone off. Put it on silence. Put it on do not disturb. You don't need no notifications. You don't need anything. This is my first tip on allowing the truth and the facts of things that comes up, to be able to take control of our emotions and to take control of how we react and do it in a most civilized way. The Bible says, be angry, but sin not. When you done cuss somebody out, when you done cut their tires, when you done put sugar in the tank, when you done put everything on social media because you want them to be embarrassed because you want to get back at them, you're only making yourself look bad. I know, I done been there. My kids had to tell me, Mom, that ain't right. My emotions got so high. But I had to remember, I didn't deal with the emotions and the feelings of why what happened then affected me at that moment. So everything came like a whirlwind. But it takes time. It takes patience. And it takes discipline. It's not easy. It's a lifestyle of things that can get under your skin. It's a lifestyle of things that have happened in your life that you figured, you know what, I'm grown now, I ain't got to deal with that. But those emotions and those feelings that you did not deal with, and how no one taught you how to deal with it, you didn't go to counseling for it or any of those things. And so when someone or something came up, it unleashed everything on the inside. And I'm telling you guys, I feel this with every fiber of me. So take the facts and not the feelings of what's going on with you, and deal with it. Face it head on. Because without doing it, our emotions is going to dictate how we act, how we react to everything going on. Knowing you need to be in the gym. The doctors tell you you need to lose this weight. You need to leave the sugar alone. And your emotional eating, your emotional stress, all of these things are coming against what's supposed to help you to live longer. We always want to talk about God got me. Yeah, he got you. He'll help you get through it. But he does not eliminate everything in life. I went through cancer. And I'm a 9-year survivor because I went through my treatments. I followed what my doctor said. Now, if I went through my emotions said I was tired. My emotions says I don't want to deal with this. My emotions said, Lord, just take me. And if I allowed my emotions to stop me from getting my treatments, I would not be here with you today. So please, don't allow your emotions to dictate what God has for you and your life. You can bring longevity in your life if you follow the facts and not your feelings. Blessings to you all. Thank you for joining me in Divine Talks, and I pray that this helps someone. Have an awesome day.